This
cut out the
conference will
page
now
that
be
has all the
recorded.
they cut out the pages that has all the instructions. I call it page 13, and you'll understand page 13 in a minute, especially when I say, if they got us scared to be scared of the 13th floor in the elevator, because truly that's where all the secrets are. And a lot of times they're right in plain view. So I've been meditating, thinking about this really all night because of how simple this is, that sometimes super smart people, over smart people, overthinkers that they taught us to be, who made mistakes maybe with other opportunities, you'll miss it based on your past. So I'm gonna tell you right now, take your past, throw it behind. Don't drive your car out of your rear view mirror because the window is big in the front and you can catch, you get a better perspective of what's going on, especially in this financial space. But we're gonna talk about OPM with a system that is guaranteed. And I have an expert on the line, Mr. Jeffrey TANDOC, that's gonna lay this out so simple, you might be scratching your head. You're gonna ask a lot of questions like I did. We hear this, OPM, OPP, other people's money, other people's paper. And a lot of times that's right there in plain view when you really think about businesses. Because a lot of times we've done many things in life, like myself included, trying to find a yellow brick road to finance, I believe, what God has assigned us to do. Mean run your own business, run your own enterprise. But when you look at it, sometimes even companies you work for or recruited for or network market for, I'm gonna take all that out of it. You actually were hired to work for them because they did exactly what we're gonna talk about today. I call this the shortcut, and it's called OPM, and you'll see why I'm calling it that. But with no further ado, I'd like to introduce to some, present to others, a friend of mine. I can call him friend. A gentleman has a heart for the people, a heart to really break the barriers of financial ignorance. I like to say it that way because ignorance means you just don't know, because I didn't know about a program like this until recently, but who can articulate this so quickly that you might miss it. So I would say, hey, look, turn your ears on, turn your eyes on, move all distractions because you might miss something. But with no further ado, my good friend, ex-chief and financial officer of his own company. He's worked at high levels in administration, hospitals, and taxes, and an incredible trust writer, Mr. Jeffrey TANDOC. The floor is yours, my friend.
Wow. Happy Sunday afternoon, everyone. Thank you for gathering. I'm truly thankful to be in the presence of such great people like Trevor Thompson, Shirley Thompson, his wife, and Mr. Waters. I, it's real humbling to hear such kind words be spoken about me. I'm not really one to float my boat or be hanging out just so I could hear such words. And so I'm truly thankful for their servant leadership, who they are, and what they are all about. Uh, and much like them, as Trevor just mentioned, I am also of the servant mindset. I love to help my fellow man. And there's a lot of different ways that we can do that, especially in the business world that is otherwise reasonable and otherwise fair. And especially when you have such information that is truly powerful and information that is not always available to any ordinary individual, which 99.99% of the population is. And if it's not that big of a number, then it's like 97. Because we all know that when it comes to pertinent and valuable information, right? 97 to 99% of the people don't know it because most people believe and know that such valuable information is truly reserved for those who are deemed to be rich. And that's typically 1 in 3% of the population. So that's where you get 97 to 99. And of the 1% to 3% of the people who have information, they don't even have the most correct information. And how is that possible? It's because even in that population of 1 and 3% who believe they have the best information, only half of 1% or 1% have the real valuable information. And that's what I'm hoping to share with you today. So today we're here to discuss Fundable 360. Fundable 360 is an amazing company. I hope you all got your pen and paper ready because I'm not a guy who talks slow. I'm sure you're going to have some questions at the end, but the information I'm about to share is truly, truly, truly simple. Okay. And it really boils down to this. At Fundable 360, all we really do or what we do through them is secure for businesses, high-level corporate credit or corporate funding without a personal guarantee. So we have a unique service, and with this unique service, all we're able to do is really enhance a company's fundability, okay? And we are able to do this, and when we do this, we are able to give you all access to diverse financing options for your business. And the way we're able to do this is through a personal corporate concierge that is there to customize itself to your specific needs. So, what do we need to qualify? You need an entity. I don't care if it's an LLC, a C Corp, S Corp, C Corporation, whatever it is that you might want to file or have in your wing, under your wing, that's what we need. And with that entity comes an EIN, an employer identification number. We work with over 400 different banks, and that's pretty exciting because none of us on this phone, unless you've already been in the industry, know what it means to have access to 400 different banks. Okay, it's just unheard of, and it's just something that is truly easy and otherwise something that we're able to do. So I wish I had fancier words. I don't know if you all know what a personal guarantee is, but it means that a personal guarantee is what happens when you personally sign your name so that all of your personal assets are used to collateralize any given financial instrument given by any one given financial institution vis-a-vis a bank. So what we do here at Fundable 360, I'll just leave it at this and I'll open up the questions. We guarantee performance. We guarantee that we will get you $50,000 of unsecured credit or unsecured corporate funding, and we can do it in 30 to 90 days. I wish I had fancier words. That's all I got for you. So whatever questions you might have, please step up and ask away.
All right, all right. You guys heard it from Mr. Jeffrey TANDOC. Ask your questions. Where this is 30 minutes, and we're going to continue to move. So we're going to take a couple questions, and then we're going to get into the trust because we have highly influential individuals on this line. We're listening.
Do you fund nonprofits also?
Great question. Yes, a not-for-profit is an entity with an EIN, yes?
Yes, sir.
We'll fund it.
Okay.
How old does the corporation or entity have to be, or can it be a new entity?
Oh my goodness, great question. Yeah, we don't care how big or small your company is. We work with all business sizes from startups to seasoned corporations. So a seasoned corporation, if you're not familiar with the term seasoned, is a company that's been around for a minute. Let's say a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10, 15, 20, doesn't matter. We will work with you. If tomorrow morning, Monday, April 7th, you decide to call me and we set up a brand new filed LLC or whatever entity you like, and then we get a brand new IRS EIN number from the Internal Revenue Service at 10 a.m. By 10:05, your newly formed entity is fundable. Did I answer your question?
So it could be a brand new company. All right.
Yes, ma'am. Can be a brand new company.
And how much does this service cost?
The fee starts at $3,000, and that's all you're ever going to pay for the lifetime of the relationship. And that's important because your dedicated concierge team will provide the expert guidance needed in building and structuring your business credit profile. There are no other fees to be paid. It's a one-time service fee for lifetime access to the technology and services provided.
Yeah, I have a question.
Please ask away.
So do we have to have do we cover the 3,000, or is that something we pay over time, or that's something we pay up front?
Great question. All that $3,000 is payable up front. But here's the magic of it all. Okay. Even though you pay the fee up front, if we don't perform and get you $50,000 in unsecured credit, we'll refund your money, no problem.
Okay.
In fact,
Thank
you know what? I'm going to also add this. Okay. And it's really super simple. People who are normally consumers ask how much something costs. People who are entrepreneurs, people who have money ask, can I make money with this? And I'm going to tell you right now, yes, it's possible that you can make money with this. So whoever it is that invited you to this call, please be sure to get back to the person who invited you to the call, because just real quick, without getting real deep into it all, for every company that goes through this system, you can earn a $400 commission for not only your own company when you put it through the system, but for any other company that you refer to the Fundable 360 system. Did I answer your question, sir?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Anyone else have any questions?
I wanted to know, so this would, if you had 4 corporations, you would pay 3,000 for each one in this program?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct. We actually have seen business owners that have anywhere between 6 and 10 corporations with 6 to 10 EINs to match every one of those corporations, submit for corporate credit or corporate funding all at the same time. Great question. Thank you for asking.
Is there any training for us so that we can go out and help others?
No, not really. The training that you would get, especially if you want to make money with this, is going to be with whoever it is that invited you to this call. That's a completely different subject and off track of what we're going to discuss today, outside of today's scope, but it is truly possible and otherwise feasible.
Thank you.
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Tandoc?
Pleasure to serve. Yes, sir. How can I serve you?
I just wanted to add, this is Coach T, because the inner workings, there's going to be extensive training on this for those who have an entrepreneur mind and who actually want to learn how to really share this with other businesses. And that compensation is very, simple numbers, 400 times 10, that's 4 grand. No recruiting, no begging, no selling. You're just serving. This is a serving opportunity, and at the same time as you help yourself. So I just wanted to add that. But yes, we're responsible with that. All the information be provided. Please get back to the person that invited you for that level of information. We'll get to it though.
That is awesome.
Wonderful,
Thank you,
wonderful.
Coach T. That's how new it is to some of the people that we're working with. That might also include myself, being completely transparent. The other thing that y'all want to understand and realize is that this dedicated concierge team, which has the expertise and will guide you in building your and structuring your business credit profile, we eliminate the need for repeated funding applications. So once you're in with us, we have access to 400 plus lenders by diverse funding options. You don't have to apply, and reapply repeatedly to any one of the 400 banking institutions. We already know what those banking institutions are looking for, and we already know which ones you'll match up to, so that when your information or your credit profile is presented to them, you're already approved.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. We're gonna transition. You guys, I know some people are so like, wow, I think we got like we got like 33, 34 in attendance. So we went from the first webinar yesterday, and I'm telling you, just grateful for Brother TANDOC. I think we had like 15 on yesterday to 35 today. So I just salute everyone who is seriously sharing this information. And we'll be back on today at 8 p.m. with Mr. TANDOC and company, none other than Coach T. So we're going to jump right into the trust. So in reference to the trust, the Rockefeller we're talking, the irrevocable, not the trust that 99% of people get done in the United States of America. We're not talking about those. So we have a trust expert here, Mr. Jeffrey TANDOC. So Mr. TANDOC, we're listening.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to make this real quick and brief. It's only a 30-minute call, and we're already 20 minutes into it. So I'm going to turn this into a 2-minute presentation relative to trust. Let's say we have a fairly profitable business that makes $500,000 a year. It's got $300,000 in expenses, and so therefore it has a $200,000 net income. And let's say this particular business is a one-member LLC. So what typically happens in this scenario is that one-member LLC, that business owner is going to bring $200,000 into their personal tax return under Schedule C. They're going to write down that income as best as they can, and the likelihood is, does not matter where you live in the United States of America, you're probably going to have to pay between $40,000 and $60,000 in personal income tax. There's just no way around it, right? I'm sure most of you can agree and most of you understand this. Okay. What we tell this one member LLC owner to do is to add a business trust to their membership. When you add the business trust in the membership, there's 2 reasons why we do this. And these 2 reasons are something that no human being and no corporation can ever do. And the first thing is that a trust can distribute to its beneficiaries 100% of its income to a beneficiary. Second, a trust can distribute or donate 100% of its net income to a charity. Now, not like a normal charity like the March of Dimes, the Boys and Girls Club of America, not like the Rockefeller Foundation or any church, right? We're talking about a personal charitable foundation, one that you will form, one that you will control, and one that you get to say when and where those funds go, okay, with one caveat in mind. So now that the business has a business trust as a partner, you have $500,000 in income, $300,000 in expenses, $200,000 in net income that is now distributed to the business trust. What now is the income or the taxable income of this LLC? If you're good at doing math, and I know you all are because we're only talking simple numbers, it's 0. So when it comes to taxes, how do you pay taxes on a taxable income of 0? You don't. So if we leave the $200,000 inside of the business trust, the trust will be on the hook for those taxes. They must bear the burden. However, a trust can pay 100% of its net income to a beneficiary. The beneficiary of the family trust is going to be a business trust. And this is where all the magic, a family trust. And this is where all the magic happens, because in that family trust, there's $200,000 of income. You can write down that income or have expenses against it within the family trust. Such expenses can include a mortgage, a car payment, insurance, gas, college tuition. For those of you whose kids are in private schools, you can write off their tuition, or high school tuition, college prep tuition, or if they're even younger and you must have daycare, your daycare can be written off within the family trust. So let's say there's $100,000 in expenses. $200,000 in expenses, income, minus $100,000 in expenses equals $100,000 net income. If we leave it in the family trust is subject to income tax on the $100,000. Are we going to do that? No, absolutely not. We're going to take the $100,000 into family trust, and we're going to donate those funds to your personal private charitable foundation, much like Bill and Melinda Gates, Warren Buffett, the Hilton family, Bill and Hillary Clinton Foundation, and etc. So now if you take the family trust, you had $200,000 in income, $100,000 in expenses, and a $100,000 charitable donation. What's the net income of the family trust? Zero. So how do you tax zero in the family trust? Answer, you don't. Okay. The family foundation must do one thing. It must pay 5% of its gross income out to another charity. Now, that can be your church. It can be the Boys and Girls Club of America, whatever it is that you like. The other $95,000 stays inside the charitable foundation. It can be invested in anything that's lawful and otherwise illegal. The return on investment from those investments inside the charitable foundation are taken back into the foundation 100% tax-free. So I just demonstrated in 5 minutes or less how to move from a taxable arena, your income, into a non-taxable arena. And on top of that, we reduced your tax liability from 35% to 5% or less. The floor is open.
Wow.
So how much is it to do the trust part?
If you're a member of MWR, you need to get with the person who invited you to the call, and they'll go through that with you. But in-house pricing is $2,500 per trust and about $7,500 for the personal charitable foundation.
Okay. So I missed the terms to get the original funding. What is the requirements for a person's credit score and whatnot?
Yeah, the reason why you miss it is because I didn't say anything about it. And the reason why I didn't say anything about it is because we don't care about your personal credit.
Oh, okay. And what about the 50K loan? Is that dependent? What are the terms with that?
Oh, great question. So typically the terms are 6%. It's revolving credit. It's not a loan. So loans, you get a lump sum of money up front, right?
Mhm.
And then typically you get a monthly payment, and the monthly payment equals some sort of interest, which early on in your payment is a lot of interest, and towards the end of the loan is mostly principal. We do lines of credit, which means if you have a $100,000 line of credit and you use $10,000 of your line of credit, you only pay on what you use. You still have
Okay.
$90,000 to use, but when you pay off the 10,000 that you've already borrowed, guess what? You get 100,000 again.
Right.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So okay,
Yeah,
line of credit, six
it's a line of
percent.
credit.
Okay,
Yes.
excellent. Thank you.
Mr. TANDOC,
Yes, sir.
is there any way with that 3,000? I have a son and he has a couple of business partners that are expanding their car customization business, and they just got turned down for a loan, and it was disheartening. But with a program like this, if it's for them, which there is, can they split that's 3,000 into four to cover to get this minimal 50,000 line of
Yes,
credit?
everything. Great question. I'm so glad you asked that, and God bless your young kids. So, yes, four young entrepreneurs can form an LLC. The four young entrepreneurs can then consequently contribute $750 per partner of the four. That will equal $3,000. The newly formed LLC will be the one that's going to apply for and get through the system and consequently be awarded the $50,000 in corporate credit or corporate funding. Great question. The corporation is going to be responsible to make those payments for any corporate funding or corporate credit that it's been awarded. And what's very important for everyone to know is you must pay your monthly bill on time. Corporate credit does not care about your income. It does not care about debt to income ratios. It does not care about your cash flow. Corporate credit is 100% dependent upon your corporation's ability to pay its bill on time. And here's the other thing that's beautiful about that. There is no proof of use required. We simplified things, and with the funding that you're able to acquire for your corporation, there are no usage restrictions. Great question. Thank you for asking.
I was just going to ask that because I thought I heard you don't have to like submit receipts and say, oh, I spent this on such and such. You can spend it on whatever you want. Is that correct? Is that what you're
To
saying?
corporate line, that is correct. So unlike in an SBA loan scenario, in the SBA loan area, which I'm familiar with, I don't know if you are, there is no use of funds schedule. That is correct. Once you're approved, you are approved, and you can use the funds for whatever you like. There is no police out there running around saying, "Oh, hello, Miss Debbie, did you spend your money on a couch?" And how is that couch related to your business? You do what you want to do with your corporate lines of credit. Yes, ma'am.
I have a quick question, please.
Please go ahead.
If you have a line credit of $100,000, you use $10,000. Let's see, you pay the $10,000 by the end of the month. Do you still have to pay the 6%?
Great question. Probably like a credit card. No, you don't. But I would reserve that, and I'll reserve to answer that later and get an answer. But it's
Thank
just
you
like
very
a credit
much.
card.
By the way, my name is Adil, Adil Lalu from Chicago. Thank
Oh,
you.
Adil, so nice to hear you, man.
Very nice to hear
Welcome to
from
the
you, Jeff.
call.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
My pleasure, sir.
Hi, I have a question. My name is
Oh,
Andrea.
okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you use an LLC that you currently have to set up a new line of business credit, an LLC?
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
In
Great
fact, for
questions.
those of
Great
you,
questions. We're down to a couple of minutes. I know this is great. This is excellent. But I just want you guys to know you got your lab. We're going to take 2 or 3 more questions from Mr. TANDOC. Thank you. Thank you.
ladies and gentlemen, the system that we presented to you, as much as we're focused on Fundable 360, this is the only system in the country that I've ever seen where we will help you get funds to the tune of $50,000 minimum, okay? And we'll show you how to take that $50,000 and through the systems that we have access to, turn it into $500,000 in about 5 years. So whoever invited you to this call, you better get with them to find out what exactly that means. We call that the yellow brick road. Any other questions? Did y'all have heart attacks? Because I already know that when I talk with tax professionals, attorneys, and etc., they're flabbergasted and they don't know what to say. And if they have something to say, I have the answer, and they just wonder why it is that they don't have this level of information at their fingertips when I already told them why they don't have it. So
So
ask
how
Hello,
long?
away.
Mr. Tander. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I asked one already. Go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah, I have
Mr.
one more question. Go ahead.
Mr. Tander, I don't have a question, but I just have something to say.
Yes, sir.
You're a brother that's flowing in your gift, and people are in awe. I already know it. I've been in finances. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. I've never heard of a system like this, a product like this that can do what it does for such a time. This is, from here on out, the shortcut. It's called OPM. That is page 13 out of the textbook of becoming wealthy. So you can build your own company, not someone else's. Back to you, my friend.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to take one more, and we're going to let Mr. TANDOC. We're 2 minutes over the hour. Guys, I am military. But not only that, I
Yes,
got a few more
sir.
businesses here, along with other individuals. So individuals say, look, we don't want to get off this call. I understand. I didn't need to when I
When's the
first
next
talked to the
call,
show.
Dre?
Who else? We got the next call. That is an excellent question. It is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard today.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
have Mr. TANDOC back here. So, guys, we do have the flyer. Whoever invited you, we do have the flyer. We don't have the day on there because it is private, because I do have people of serious influence, and I coach and mentor politicians and other various individuals. So send that flyer out. Do not give out the day. You got to verbally give them the day, because on that flyer you will see that it is no day on it, just the time. But we'll see you guys at 8 today.
Okay,
Let me leave,
appreciate this invite and the information.
let me leave the call with just last statement. Fundable 360's delegate underwriting means that their system has already pre-approved you for any and all the 400 lenders that we work with. And so if our system, the Fundable 360 system, has approved you, that means the banks already also pre-approved you. So
Wow.
we ensure and we guarantee that we can perform. With that, I'm out. So if y'all have any questions, please get back on the next call. Otherwise, contact the person who brought you to this call so that we can have a deeper and further conversation. We are already 4 minutes past the hour, and I want to respect Mr. Dre Waters, my dear brother over there, his desires to keep things on track and moving forward. So I'll see you all at 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, 7 p.m. Central Standard. Thank you.
Unmute. Let's just salute this young man. Unmute. Let's give it up for him. Unmute.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
give it up for Mr.
Awesome
TANDOC.
job, Jeff.
Unmute yourself.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
sir.
much.
Thank
Thank you, man.
you.
For real.
Thank
Need
you
this.
from Chicago. Thank you.
Y'all take care. Bye now.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.